Good evening, everyone. Now I'm going to explain 1 by 3rd rule of the Simpsons method, that is by C programming. First, we have this formula, that is f of x is equal to h by 3 y naught plus yn plus 4 of y1 plus y3 plus y5 to yn minus 2 plus 2 into y2 plus y4 plus y6 dash 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 yn minus 2. This is the formula that we have from Simpsons method. By C programming, starting we have to define the standard header files. First we have defined stdio.h, and again we defined conio.h, which is mandatory to define, and we defined the math.h because we are using the mathematical formula in this program. So we have to again define one specific component, that is y of x is equal y of x into exponential of x, because here we using the formula for we are taking the formula like this. So we have to explain this. For C programming, we have to enter into the main. So starting main bracket, this is the main brace, and we have to define the integers which we are going to use in the further functions, that is int I comma n. I is the index and n is the number of intervals, and we have to define upper limits and lower limits in the starting of the function itself. So we have to define also this h value, and again we have to define the sum we have to store the value with 0. If not, it will give some any garbage initial values. Again we have to write clear screening, because of before writing anything we have to enter clear numbers. uh, First we have to read the numbers, that is the first we have to read the rule, that is Simpsons 1/3 rule to integration. And again we have to read the number of intervals. We have to print the number of intervals, and again we have to read that and store it in the n value. And we have to write the, or we have to print the number of we have to print the and upper limit, that we have to store in the float value, because xn is defined in the float, and we have to store it in the float, that is xn. Again we have to enter the lower limit, that we have to store in x naught, because float, and we use percentage of, because we have defined x naught in float, because float is containing a factor value like decimal values. And we have to define the formula, that is h is equal to x naught, sorry, h is equal to xn minus x naught divided by n, where xn is the upper limit and x naught is the lower limit, and it is also called xn is equal to final approximation, x naught is equal to initial approximation, and n is the number of intervals.